In this video, we're going to discuss how to use the Ellis Intro lesson plan grid. You need to record what you've done with your student after every computer session. You're going to use this Ellis Intro grid. The topics for intro show at the top of this grid: meeting people, shopping, getting around, getting together, etc. And the back side are lessons 5 through 8. The tutorials are listed along the left side of this grid. The video will have you record your dialogue work. There's vocabulary, grammar as you go down, communication. At the very bottom is pronunciations, and then there's a sounds tab, which I'll get to in a second. If you finished the dialogue for shopping 1, you would go to the shopping unit and come down to 2.1. The lessons are recorded as 2.1, 2.2, etc. Dialogue for 2.1, you would check that off when you've completed it. If you've done the vocabulary tutorial from the skills menu, which was food, you would check off 2.1 there, and so on as you go through the lesson. Just check off the things you have finished. If you haven't done one of the tutorials, for example, 2.1, the tutorial for shopping 1 was the schwa. Some people skip that, just don't check it off. This is how you keep your progress recorded. Now I want to show you where to find the Sounds tab for your recording. When you are on the main dialogue page in Ellis Intro, there are little tabs at the top. They are ways to access the tutorials. Usually I have people use this skills menu button at the bottom. However, the Sounds tab that shows up on your grid can be found up here at the top right of the tabs with the lips. If you click on that, a little pronunciation lesson comes up. In this lesson, it's the B or bus sound, which your student can practice with all these words that are highlighted. If you do this, you would check that off on the grid. Here with the Sounds tab, 2.1 Shopping 1 is the B or sound for bag. If you do that tutorial, you can check it off. The last thing I would just show you here is in these other tabs, there's one that doesn't show up anywhere else except on this main dialogue page, and that's the globe. If you click on that, you'll see the topic is culture. Each one of these will have a little culture lesson if you click on the highlighted line, which you can then discuss with your student. There's no tutorial other than this. There's no practice. It's just a little culture lesson that you can go through with your student before you complete the lesson. The last thing, of course, you would do in any lesson is the quiz. If you click on the quiz,
click on the correct response.
I don't know what video to get.
You'll have a quiz come up with 20 questions or so. This differs from practice in that it will not tell your student if she's right or wrong. She can click on any one of these answers, change it if she wants to. When she's ready, she'll click OK, and it will go to the next question.
Click on the correct word.
So this, you can just sit back and let her take this as a quiz. At the end of the quiz, it will tell you her score. We'd like the students to get 86% or better on these before they move on. But of course, if you've skipped a tutorial and there's a question about that, you'll have to take it into account. As you go through the quiz, you'll see if there's anything you want to review with her before you move on to the next lesson.